Okay, so I will try again, and I'm really sorry about what happened there. No image, no image. So I'll take the opportunity to try to fix the light. That's better. um, I have a slight idea of what happened. It happens sometimes. I can't really explain why, and also the the internet connection was gone for a little while, which has been a problem lately. It's funny how everything concerning the infrastructure seems to be a little bit broken these days. It's funny how it all comes together. Let's see if I can balance this GoPro camera. This is the light I'm using. So today, this is too bright for me. So I'll try to cover it. One of you guys gave me this advice. So I'll try to do that. Hold on. As you can see, I am not in my normal studio. And the reason is very simple. Um, it's very dark outside. It's kind of cold, and I didn't want to go out. So I just thought I will do the live stream from here. But I have done the live stream from this office, the sleeping bag room before. Genevieve, thank you so much for that donation. Thanks a lot. So yeah, I'm going to get into the topics for tonight or for today in a few seconds or a minute or so. I'll just ask you if you can hear me, if you can now see me. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Yes. Okay. Okay. JStar OR, welcome as a member to the channel. Wonderful. Thanks a lot. Okay. Yeah. So if you are hearing some distant snoring, that's Feline. She's right behind the camera there, sleeping. I I I use some pillows and a mattress to build up a kind of it's on top of a sofa. I build it up so that they can sleep on top of or lie on top of there, not during the night, but they will lie on top of there and look out the window. They like that. But now she's sleeping and snoring a little bit. So yeah, let's see now. Are people behaving? Luke and Mom is here. Good to see you there. Um, are people behaving in the do we have any trolls here? Are we having any naughty people in the chat? Terry says I look handsome today. Well, it's the lighting, you know. Okay. We have one troll here. Nick says you are lying. The media is saying Norway has no restrictions. I think that's a bit of irony there. I suspect. But we'll get into that. I'll get into that. So, I will, first of all, I will say that I was deeply touched earlier today when I opened the mail and I received a piece of art, some artwork, a painting that was just very, very special to me. And I will probably show you in a future video. It's on my desk right over here. I won't show you now, but it was really special. So just wanted to say that. And it, in the letter that came with the painting, it said something along the lines of that my videos and my words, my words are not always, perfectly put together and all that, but this person, the artist, said that they had been of comfort, words of comfort, and yeah, I'll get more into that. It touched me deeply. I do get letters like that from time to time, but this one was very special to me. Bob Head, thank you for the donation. Wow, that's a lot. Thank you. Okay, so people seem to be very interested in the situation in Norway, and I will. So yeah, okay. Let me get into that. I have notes. There are certain words I will try to avoid, and there are certain things I cannot comment on. You know how it is here on YouTube. But from the news today, um, a um, a very strong flu is making people ill, and it's now to the point where they are filling up the, I think it's called the ER. You know, when you get sick and you go to a hospital, you go to a room and you have to wait because it's not like you're dying or anything like that, but you're sick, and all the sick people, they go to the ER, I believe it's called in English, and they have the flu, some kind of flu, and it's a very strong flu. It's making people sick. And also, we have what I believe is called the RS virus. It's a kind of virus that affects babies, and it makes it difficult for them to breathe. So this is a proper serious one, okay? And of course, because it's affecting very small children, if you ask me, that's the worst. That is the worst. So we have they are saying that it's gotten to the point now where so many of these little babies have gotten sick with this that the people with the doctors who are specialized in working with this particular problem, they are working around the clock now to deal with this. And I think I can actually say, even here on YouTube, that these two, what I just said now, must have something to do with, how should I put it? When you mess with the immune system of an entire population, you're going to have things will happen, okay? Things will happen as a result of that. And that's what we're seeing now. It's not just me saying that. This is what the FHI. That's the I can't. It's the people, the organization, the governmental organization giving advice to the government on the strategy of handling pandemics and so on. Those people are saying that because of lockdowns, because of less social contact and less contact with bacteria, virus, and the natural world, people have gotten. They now have reduced their immune systems are weaker. That's what they are saying. I have my own thoughts about this. I think there might be other issues at play here as well, but that's what they are saying themselves. So they are directly, clearly stating that this is an effect, this is a side effect of what's been happening, what we have been doing during the last, it will be 2 years soon. MB, welcome as a member to the channel. And yeah, well, I think actually my don't take the so on and so on. I will not, but I think it must be up to each and every one, you know. And I think yeah, and we can have our opinions on that, and I certainly agree with you. And also, someone here just moved, the comment moved up very quickly. Nature will find a way. You can't trick nature, and I think we're going to see that we're going to get the reality check now. We, as I'm using the word we, as a society, as you know, nature will. Nature has something in store for us now, very soon now, I think. So let me just move on. I'm just giving you some bullet points here of these things happening in my part of the world right now. Regions in the north of Norway are back to restrictions. They were implemented this morning, or was it yesterday? It's not mandatory, but it's like a it's hard to tell what is mandatory and what is up to each and every one these days. But they're essentially they're back to social distancing and all that. And there was a press conference where the new government, we recently got a new government here in Norway. It's a socialist government. We had 8 years of a conservative government. Now we have a socialist government. And the new health minister said that it's going to be up to the regions to handle this now. So what I'm hearing is that the regions will be implementing restrictions, and if they want, then we will have national restrictions and back to all that. Okay, I'll try to keep an eye on the chat here as well. As I always say, you can give me a super chat that will make the comment pop up, so I will then certainly see it. And it's also, obviously a donation to the channel. I live in the south of Norway, and for some reason, in my region, we have been if we are to believe the numbers, the official numbers, we have not been hit very hard. Not before, not now, but that could change, of course. So yeah, Sister Tenacious, thank you for the donation. Live bravely, good people. The future is not set in stone exactly. We will always have our own mind. Very well said. Aidan is here. Aidan Guess, a friend of the channel for a long time. And is the Woodlander here? I think the Woodlander is here. So let's see now. Yeah, I made some other notes here because, and this is my personal opinion on how we should approach this, how we should go about these issues, how we should handle the problems that we are facing and we are going to face. And most people have a very sound understanding of reality, I would say. But most people do not want to speak up. They want to stay out of conflict. Okay, so and there might be different reasons for that. People might be in a situation where they can't afford to lose their job and so on and so on. But here's what I made some notes here, and the first thing here is don't draw conclusions based on things that you think is true. You should only draw your conclusions on what you know is true. Because I see a lot of people, they are jumping to conclusions and they don't have hard evidence for their beliefs. Now, you might say that we can't always know what's true, so we have to use our beliefs in a way that we have to, how should I put it? We have to do our best with what we know and fill out the blanks with what we think in a way. But there is a lot now that we do know. It's more than enough to carve out a strategy and a plan. So please do not jump to conclusions. Don't base your beliefs and your plans and your attitudes on what you think. We need evidence. We need hard evidence. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, and you can disregard that or whatever. I don't care, but it's like, yeah. Tsalagi Bushcraft is here. Wonderful. Esther Malone, thank you for the donation. I did actually, I had French in school, but I've forgotten most of it, I'm afraid. So, Berserker Gang 2019 is here. That's great. Let's see. There's the Woodlander. Lots of good people here in the chat as usual. So, be very, very down to earth now. Be stoic. Be logical. I made some notes. Be analytic. This is not the time to be very emotional. Okay. This is the time to be. You should now be the person who looks at what's happening with a analytical mind. That's what I think. don't get too emotional now. It might be used against you. Okay. So, again, I'm going to repeat myself now because lots of people are asking, what can I do? Oh, I live in a city. I can't go there and there. I can't do this. I can't do that. It will get to a point, I think, where you will have to. Or if you stay, if you don't make those hard choices, you will be living a life that is not a good life. So, I'll explain. But first, Denmark beer. Um, thanks a lot for the donation. Denmark beer says, my advice: get together with like-minded souls, stay on the path, and put on your full armor of God, whatever God you may have. Yes. So, oh, we have a troll here. We'll leave the troll. Keep trolling, troll. So, what should you do? What should you do now? Well, you should get out of certain areas. That's for sure. I believe, as I've said before, that the cities are probably not the best place to stay now. Also, get prepared. It's never too late. Some people say it's too late now. It is never too late. It's better if you started. If you already have started, that's better than starting tomorrow. But do what you can. Get prepared now. You don't have to go crazy with all the stuff and all that, but just be sensible. Get prepared. There are lots of videos about this on this platform here, so I won't get into details on that. Get healthy, get strong. Find your weak spot. For me, it was my cardiovascular fitness. It was not bad, but it could certainly be improved. So I have improved that. Get in shape, get strong, get healthy, and get ready. I don't think any of us knows for certain what will happen. So we'll have to be ready for a lot of things. We will have to be flexible, adaptable. We will have to be able to change our plans to move, maybe. Those decisions tends to happen. They tend to be kind of decisions that you will have to make in not days, but maybe minutes. But okay, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I will try to respond to your comments now. Tommy, thank you for the donation. Hail to all New York City first responders. Never give in to tyrants. No, we shouldn't. And yes, absolutely. So, yeah, Anton, get ready for what? As I said previously in this live stream, there are certain things I cannot talk about, because if I did, I would be the whole, it would be shut down, everything. You know how it works, And also, it's very easy to see when I look at the comments now, there are mostly good people here. But some people are not behaving in a good way. And I think that we should be respectful of other people, and we should understand that we can learn from other people. It's kind of important, actually. There are no experts here, and there certainly are no experts on what's coming, because we haven't experienced that yet. It will probably not look like anything that anyone who is alive today has ever experienced. Think about that for a minute. Not a minute, but a moment. Ann-Kristin, thank you for the donation. Good evening from Trøndelag. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. That's an awesome donation. Thank you. And also, it's moving very fast now. This is a better time of the day to do a live stream. I realize I knew that, of course, but than early in the morning Norwegian time. So Citizen Guardian is here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Nick says Norway is free according to MSM, so who is telling the truth? There is no MSM in Norway saying that there are no restrictions in Norway. Okay, so here's what I think. When you get news about other countries, those are typically not entirely true. So when I live in Norway, and when I get news about, I don't know, Mongolia, or some distant country, I try to tell myself that this is probably a simplified version of reality, or not the reality at all. Okay. It is, yeah. I see, what I see now is that people are very certain about what is going to happen. And I think maybe we shouldn't be. We should probably have the mindset where we have guesses, right? Don't be so effing certain about what's going to happen, because you really don't have enough information to be that certain. So you have to prepare for a multitude of directions, so to speak. This could take this direction, that direction, this direction, and you should be prepared to for any eventuality. Okay. On things here, Salagi Bushcraft is saying that you never know what tomorrow holds, and the Woodlander is here saying, I'm still unsure who's behind this. The WEF seems to be the public face, but without a doubt, this is going to be a battle between good and evil. It's funny how we so often think in the same. We think the same, you know. I'm actually preparing a video on that topic for tomorrow on the main channel. So Stephen Fowler, thank you for the donation. Greetings from Diagolon. Reject the Bugman life. Find your friends. Klingon Princess is here. Okay, now it just moved up. Brett Emerson, thank you for the donation. Okay. Yeah, well, vitamin and so on and so on is important, obviously. And now we think about this. We are moving into into the winter months in the northern hemisphere. It is extremely important to spend time outdoors to get the sunlight, and also for the mental side of things. I find that when I spend time outdoors, I am usually either neutral or happy. I am not often, very rarely, sad when I'm outside in nature. It doesn't seem right to be sad out in nature, you know. Um, so spend time out in nature if you can. If you live in a city, I've said already, try to get out of the city. But hold on, I'll have to open the door. Can you just you can study these awesome sleeping bags. I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay. Yeah, well, when it comes to health and vitamins, I'm really not sure how much I can say about it. Isn't that crazy? We have gotten to the point where I'm honestly not sure if I can talk about certain vitamins because that will trigger the censorship. Because that's something I really would like to get into, it's important. What can I say? Eat fish as well as meat. I don't like fish so much, but it's healthy, So, so yeah. Okay, let's take a look here again. I know you are telling me in the chat, but I'm telling you, I think honestly, if I say that, it will trigger the thing that listens. I don't know how it works, but that's what I suspect. So yeah, I hate speaking in codes. I really don't want to do that, but yeah, Kenneth says yes, it will. Yeah, probably will. Brett C. Oh, thank you for the donation and thank you for. Well, you joined on Patreon. That's wonderful. So your wife and you are fleeing the city next month, moving to Wyoming. Plan to put a lit or what you teach to use. Well, thank you for letting us know. You know what? I'm just I'm just someone who is telling you guys what I've been told by people. I trust people who have helped me, wise men and wise women. And my personal experience is that I would say, unless you're a young individual looking for, uh, I don't know, the nightclubs and all that, the cities are really not the best place to be. It's not where you will find happiness. That's my personal opinion. Um, yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, I think I can talk about this actually. I thought you were a troll, Prussian Society of America, but I don't think you are. um, yeah, it is interesting how, and it should make you think how meat is being vilified now, and it has been for some time. Um, Now, if you look at the science there, it it really is very unhealthy to stop eating meat. It is unhealthy not to have a balanced diet. It's like saying you should not eat any vegetables ever again. It's probably not so wise, you know. I'm saying that as someone, I don't really like vegetables that much, but I realize that some vegetables are probably good for us. Um, there are things you will not get from other food sources than meat, especially red meat. So I know that it will affect your mental state if you get no red meat at all. It will, yeah, I could get more into that, but that's a topic for another time, I think. Look who's prepping now. Thank you for the donation there. Um, I think there is hope. I think absolutely there is hope. You only need some people with courage for the rest of the people to follow and walk in the right direction. Um, and that's why we have so much censorship now, because you only need a few people who have the courage to speak up, um, and it's not complicated. So yes, there is hope. There's hope. um, yeah, well, the red meat thing is very interesting. As someone who has been interested in nutrition for my entire adult life, and especially when I was on the national powerlifting team um, here in Norway, that was obviously a big thing. The dieting and the nutrition. Um, so it's recently, I would say, recently that I've started looking into the benefits of red meat. Um, it's something that I encourage you to look into. Okay. So, did I get through the notes? Yeah. Yes, actually, one thing that I wanted to say, when you, and this is very basic advice actually, but I see lots of people in the prepping community are canning things. They are preserving things. And I just wanted to say this: when you preserve, or or dry or freeze dry meat, you will lose a lot of the vitamins there. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Jewel says, where did you learn how to speak English? In school. Be careful with canning. Yes, I haven't tried. To be honest with you. I haven't tried. Oh, Funky Prepper is here. Good to see you. I'm a big fan. You know that. I'm a big fan of yours, and I think you were the second person I started following on YouTube, and yeah, bit of a YouTube legend in the chat now. Funky Prepper. So. Genevieve says, I think everyone in Scandinavia speaks perfect English. Well, not everyone. I can tell you that. Not everyone. But we are exposed to English through TV, and social media and so on. So that's the main reason why we have some idea of how English is supposed to sound. And I think that helps a lot. Thank you. Having to dance around the sensors. Yes. It's not so complicated now because I'm not in talking directly about those things. But okay, let's get back to the topic here for a little while. I think it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen now before Christmas, or Jul, as we say here in Norway. So we have essentially 2 months left of this year. And my impression after speaking with, friends and family is that people don't really think that we are done and finished with the restrictions and lockdowns and all that. Nobody thinks that. Everyone I know fully expects us to go back to that. It's just a matter of time. And I think so too. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm completely wrong. But it's like there is nothing in the numbers that would imply that we are not going back to that, So moose is better than mice. No, nice. Yeah, but anyway, I would rather eat moose than mice. We have mice in the cupboard, actually, here in the kitchen, which is a little bit disappointing because we got the whole entire house has new paneling on the outside. I've talked about this before. I was dreading getting that done. I haven't done it myself. We had builders here for 3 weeks, and they changed the paneling and put this metal thing under so that the mice won't come in. But we have mice there still, I think they must have moved in before the builders came here, and the dogs, I opened one of the drawers earlier today, and a mouse was sitting there like this, looking at me, and I just quickly closed the drawer because then Feline, one of the dogs, if you didn't know, she was right behind me, and now she's like, it's the most exciting thing ever to happen, um, private name says, well said here, says, my opinion, location and being with like-minded people is the first priority for survival. Yes, we need survival skills and tools, but having those while living in a bad location will not suffice. Absolutely. Can I add that being adaptable is also essential? That's just my opinion. Yeah, okay. Anton says, talking about blackouts and so on. What I say is you should have a meeting place. Okay. You should have a meeting place. What's that? What's a meeting place? Maybe other people have different names. The Americans, they like to have just a few letters for things, like the BOB, Bob. That's a bug out bag, I believe. But a meeting place, that's a place where you will meet if you get separated and there is no communication. So you know that if you get in trouble, if you are separated from your family and so on, you go to this place and you wait there. Um, so you should have a place like that. Okay. Yeah, well, I would say find a place where there won't be other people, where there are lots of natural resources, a place where you could start, where you could build, a good shelter. But that's me speaking from a Norwegian perspective, and from, I would use my skills. I don't have skills that would make me fit for survival in a suburban or urban environment, but I would be at home in a forested area in my part of the world. So I would naturally go there, of course. Stephen Fowler says, well, thank you for the donation. Look in LoRa static radius for group messaging without infrastructure of many kilometers, I believe. How far from the city do you reside? Well, I am in a. It's not that far. It's it was more rural when we moved here, but I won't. What can I say? It's in Norway. You don't have to get very far out from the city before you're in a forest, basically. I'm reading the, yeah. Well, there are many things I would like to talk about, because isn't it funny how, or strange? Isn't it strange? It's a coincidence, isn't it, that they ramped up the censorship here on YouTube just before we saw um, a very significant increase in mortality. I can say that. I can't say more. Isn't that strange? For instance, we cannot talk about the reasons for that increased mortality. Why? I know why. So if you didn't know, they will just remove your entire channel, no warning, nothing. And I see some people are still using the words, just talking about it as it is. I think some of those channels will be removed. I think some of them have gotten a free pass because they've gotten big enough. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really want to take the chance. Yeah, we're at the point now where I can see your comments. I can read them. I can't read them out loud. Yeah, Valerie, as you say there, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Do you think bushcraft channels will be removed? No, I don't think that will happen. Not at all. Knock wood. um, okay. Yeah, well, let me say a few words. Just it's a practical piece of information here. Here's what I think. I'm not basing my conclusions on this because I don't know, but I think this is what's happening. It won't help you much to say things on, for instance, Rumble, because you still that still get registered. Okay, so it won't help much. So they can still take down your presence on a platform for something you did or said on another platform. And we have quite a few examples of that happening already. Genevieve, thank you for the donation. They did that now. Yeah, I'm shaking my head. It's madness when it's madness. Here's what I think when it comes to other venues for speaking out. I would like to have my novels published in English. I know that the biggest price maybe I've had to pay for speaking up, for telling you what I feel and think about the madness that's been going on. The biggest price I've had to pay has probably been that when my agent approaches English or American publishers, those publishers will look me up on social media. And when they see me talking, as I have done, about this topic that we're not supposed to talk about anymore, what do you think they do? Maybe they think that, well, this guy is a bit problematic, this Norwegian writer. It's a bit problematic. So it's a no. That's what I think. I don't know. I think so. I think that has happened on some occasions. I have a website as well. It's been there from the very start. It's in the address is in the intro on all my videos. So yeah. Okay, I will end this live stream now. We're almost at 1 hour. Been a long day. It's been a long day. And I'll be up early tomorrow morning to record tomorrow's video. So not a life for the lazy. Okay. Hit the like button if you can, if you're still here. I appreciate that if you can do that. And consider subscribing to my other channels. You will find a link in the video description. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being supportive to the other people in the chat. We must be kind to each other now. It's very important. It's more important than ever. We must have compassion and yeah. Okay. I'll end the live stream with that. And again, thank you. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. Stay strong.